All right, so now we're going to look at student logins for the first time. When a student logs in, they're going to click the same login button, and they're going to go with AEA login. Now keep in mind, students don't have to log in. I'll show you a way around that here in a minute. But if they have a Google account, they can log in with Google. If they don't, they're going to log in with AEA. And then they're going to click sign up because they don't have an account. So here we're going to do a new student. Let's say new student 6. Okay. And now we'll just give them that password. So it's going to ask them, are they a student? And then it's going to ask them for a school. So I know Urbandale's school code. So they're going to find the school. And then they have to enter a verification code. And this is a code that you can get from us, or I'll show you a way to automatically get it here in a minute. But so their code, it's 6 alphanumeric. Going to verify. And then give it the graduating year. Okay, so now the student is in as well. Now, if there's a case where the student, it doesn't come to the home page, it goes back to the login page. Hotmail accounts we have set up that way, and I believe we have Outlook set up that way as well. So we can manually override those, but what happens is those systems sometimes will spam users if you don't restrict who can make those accounts using those types of email addresses. So anyway, students are now in. Now they're able to put in the course code, and the course code comes from the enrollment code of your class. So after you have a class made, now you can get a course code. Let's go to, so that's how it works as a student. What I'm going to do is log out and log back in as me so we can find course codes quick. And I'll make multiple mention of course codes. I'll also make multiple mention of this guest access. So once I'm in my course, a course code comes from right here, your enrollment codes. So you can just click on this. And in this case, I have groups set up because I've already done a group video, which is later in the sequence, but I'm going back and redoing this video. So if you don't have groups set up, then this will be the only course code that you have. That's the code that all students will put in once they log in, and it'll get them into your course. Now, if you don't want students to have to log in and you just want like a website where you're going to post stuff, this doesn't allow students to engage in forums. It doesn't allow quizzes, doesn't allow assignments, but it does allow like, hey, watch this video, then look at this, then, think of this reflection or something. It doesn't allow user-specific interaction, but it does allow a connection with an audience. It's just like a website, essentially. What you're going to do for that is in your course management, you're going to click on enrollment methods, and you're going to make sure guest access is on. If it is not on, then when you go to add a method, it's going to be one of the options down here. So in this case, if, let's say, guest access was off, I can add it right here. And now, if you want people to have a password to get to your site, you can put a password on it, or you can just leave it like it is. We're going to add method with no password. Now watch what happens here. If I copy this URL and I log out, so it doesn't know, the system does not know who I am, and I click on that link, a link to this URL, it took me directly to the course. Now when I try to do something like announcements, you're not able to create a discussion because you're not a member of any group because you're not logged in. You're just using guest access. So it doesn't allow the second level of interaction, but it does allow, parents to come in here and watch a video quick. Maybe look at, here we could look at a page So it does allow some usability, but it doesn't allow the fullest that the LMS is capable of. So there's a reason for both, but that should help with understanding student logins as well as guest access and parent access.